I want to ask you just a little bit about your own kind of history, because I know, like, I came from, say, I want to get into journalism originally, into sports journalism, and then that just kind of weeded out to my dad being like, "Well, you like sports? Is there anything else you like?" I'm like, "I like radio, I like music," and he's like, "Why don't you do radio music?" I was like, "Okay." But then, like, the industry is different than what it was like when I grew up, right? Like, there's no much music. There's none of these things that I'm like, that would be good to go into. So to try to kind of stay, I guess, relevant in some aspect, it's like, let's do this because it combines everything I like. But tell me a little bit about like your background. Like, was this always kind of a goal for you to be involved in like kind of like children's entertainment, or was it kind of like, well, man, I wanted to be a teacher, but I wanted to be teaching high school students, like, about music, or I wanted to be doing something way different than this.
Yeah, I mean, go for it with your music.
I'm a music grad, and definitely in high school I had the dream of rock star for life. It's something I've always been involved in. Being in a high school band, and then being in a university band, and then a band after university. And I put out an album with a friend a few years ago, right before COVID.
Okay.
And we were planning on doing some shows and local shows, and that everything shut down, so that timing was not great. But my feeling in terms of music, it's a very hard industry to get into, and my thought was, I've always just wanted to have an impact on other people in a similar way that I've been impacted musically. I've had inspiration in my life. If I could do that for other people and spread like the joy of music, that's something I'd love to like leave behind one day. And when we started playing music for my son, and I realized that engagement and that feeling that I had, that I'd wanted to have, he was now getting just from the small things we were doing around the house. It kind of fueled the passion to start writing songs for kids. I never thought, like, when I was like I said, I wanted to be this rock star for life, that I was going to be doing kids music one day. But once I saw that reaction from him, it made me feel that way, and it just kept me going and writing more songs about it. Yeah, I think I kind of just pulled Jade along for the ride by in more of like a convincing way. Like, I think we could do this. This could be fun project for the two of us. I don't think you ever had the idea of doing a show like this. I know you've always wanted to teach, and you've been a teacher, but doing something like from like on an entertainment side of things.
You couldn't even pay me to sing karaoke before this. So the fact that there are videos of me singing online is shocking. Like, I remember putting out our first video and getting texts from friends being like, "Wait, you sing?" Because this is not something I normally do. But I think you've given me the confidence, and I'm learning as I go. But for me, the teaching is the passion. I have always loved teaching. I mean, when I was little, I was teaching little kids who were younger than me, and then tutoring, and then became a swim instructor, and then a teacher down the road. And so teaching is a passion. I taught middle school, so I wasn't originally teaching this younger audience. But what I've realized, like with our son, is that like all it takes is a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and passion for what you're teaching. And it goes such a long way. And what's incredible with kids is that they pick up so much through music. So as simple as learning the days of the week, or the continents, or whatever it is. When our son comes home from his school program and he's singing these songs, we realize, wow, this really can work. And so I think that's where we've kind of blended our two passions. Like, I know how to get to the kids, but Daniel is so good at putting together the music. And so it's like our two passions together have really fueled this whole project.